What's up? It's ArngaDrone.com, and today I'm going to be doing somewhat of an unboxing of a new attachment that I received, which is a USB ASAP flasher. This is to flash firmware onto a KK 2.15 board. I will leave a link in the description where you can get this. This is the KK 2.15 board that I received. It's from Hobby Power. It's a Hobby King board inside there, the KK 2.15, but Hobby Power puts this protective case on it. Whenever I originally purchased this flash cable here in order to be able to flash the new firmware onto this KK 2.15 board, the one that comes on it, supposedly I have the latest and greatest, but it sucks, just to let you know. So some previous videos showed that me trying to set it, it's just difficult to set, it's difficult to get any stability. I might have a bad ESC. I took it out for a flight not too long ago, couldn't get any pitch at all. Just flew away on me, no control, and broke one of the arms because my F450, I have it on an F450 DJI flame wheel knockoff, arm broke off of the quadcopter. So I originally ordered one of these. It took a little bit longer to get it. And the reason why is that I had to return it, because if you look at this, if you're not careful and you just order a 10 pin, it's not going to work with your KK 2.15 board. Now, it can work with the KK 2.15 board if you do one of the following. You can break this off and you can solder some wires, 6 wires. You have to know exactly which holes to connect it to in conjunction with the different holes on your KK 2.15 board. Or you can take, let's say, servo wires from here, and you have to plug them into the correct one. I believe it goes something like 1 to 9, and so are 1 to 6. It's very confusing as far as the way that this is set up in order to get these two to work without having an adapter. So just for a few more dollars, if you do a little bit of searching, you can find one that has the 6-pin adapter with it. Now with the 6-pin adapter, I can put this on here. Now with mine, I'm not going to be able to, because like I said, I got a Hobby Power. I purchased this from Hobby Power. So it has this plastic protective case on there. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take the plastic protective case off of there, which should have a couple screws right there. I'll just undo those. That way it'll free it up. So, as you can see, it's like trying to put a circle peg through a square hole. Just isn't going to work. So once I get that off of this casing off of there, which is nice because, if you do wreck or if you don't want everything exposed to elements, it's great to have it over there, over this. The board's not very expensive at all. I mean, you can pick this thing up for $19, $20. I was expecting a lot more out of it. As far as how well it was going to handle. A lot of people say they have great success with it. Maybe it's just because I don't know what I'm doing, but so far my experience with this board hasn't been the greatest. But again, might not be the board. I might have a bad ESC, so I did order a new ESC, and hopefully I'll get that soon, so that way we can rule out whether it's the board or not. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and flash this, and then that way I will have the new firmware on there. Right now I have the Stevie's, I believe it's like 1.19 S Pro, something along the lines of that. I'm not sure off the top of my head, so don't quote me on that. But I read that there's a better firmware out there, which is RC911. So that's the one that I'm going to try to get, put on this board, and then take it for a flight. So this is somewhat of an unboxing of this flasher here. Again, this is the USB ASAP V2. So this is also comes with the 6-pin well, I just lost it somewhere around here. Oh, it's actually on here. It comes with the 6-pin adapter, which you're going to need if you have the KK 2.15 board, because there are only 6 pins in order to be able to plug this into. So make sure when you buy it, you get the both of these. It's only like maybe a couple dollars more if you can find the right one. Well worth it, because then you're not going to have to try to rig this thing up to, go in here or break this piece off and solder from pin to pin in order to get it to fit in here correctly. Regardless, whatever you're going to have to do, you're going to have to remove the case off your KK 2.15 board in order to be able to fit the 6-pin adapter on there, or whatever option that you choose. So stay tuned. I will be updating the firmware. I'm going to try to do a video showing me going through this process. It'll be the first time for me doing it, so I'll probably mess up a few times, but I'll learn, and I'll share. So if this video helped you out in any way, definitely give it a thumbs up. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And then also too, I will leave links in the description on where to purchase this USB flasher with the 6-pin adapter. In addition to that, the KK 2.15 board. I don't want to knock on this, because a lot of people, have had good success with it. There are some downsides. There's only 5 channels that you get to use. In addition to that, there's no GPS hookup on it, so you are kind of limited as far as how you can expand your quadcopter if you have a DIY or do-it-yourself quadcopter that you're building out. So, like I said, stay tuned. We'll see what happens when we try to flash this board. Hopefully we don't break it, and I'll be posting a new video here shortly.